Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you a little bit about how I make my paint and how I make a couple of paintbrushes to give you some ideas when you do it yourself. We recommend doing this activity outdoors or asking your parents for permission to work inside in a mess-friendly area. So first off, I have all of my materials right here. I've got my 2 soil samples. This one came from a sandier area in my front yard. This one came from underneath a tree in my backyard. I've also got some pine needles over here that are going to be a paintbrush. I've also got some manzanita leaves for another paintbrush, and a stick, rubber bands for the paintbrushes, glue, a little butter knife to mix my paint, and some water to mix the paint also. So first thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use my soil sample from underneath a tree for you guys. So I'm going to put the other one aside and look through it, and this has one nice sized rock in it that I'm going to get rid of because we don't need rocks in our paint, and everything else looks just about fine. So to make the paint, I'm going to start with some glue and just put a good amount of glue in there. I'm going to make a nice little swirl with the glue, and then there it is, and I'm going to start mixing. So it's starting to stick together a little bit, and now I'm going to add a little bit of water. And I'm going to keep on mixing it together. And I'm going to keep adding glue and water until it looks like it's about the right consistency for paint. Alright, so my paint looks about good. I think it's ready to go. I'm going to put it aside and make a couple paintbrushes. First one I'm going to do is with the manzanita leaves. So I think I have about 4 or 5 right here, really big ones, that I found in my backyard. So I'm going to fold them all together, just like this, and then take a rubber band and tie them. And I think that I'm only going to need 1 rubber band for this one. So there it is. And I've got some scissors here. It's okay if you don't have scissors, you can just use your hands. And I'm going to cut some little paintbrush bristles into the leaves so they'll paint super duper well. Alright, so here's my first paintbrush. Looks ready to go. I'm going to put that aside and make another one, this time with pine needles. So they're all about the same size. I think I'm going to cut the tallest ones off so that it holds paint better. Alright, so now they're perfectly the same size. I've got them all stacked up. And then I've got my stick. I'm going to put it with my stick right about there and then tie the 2 together. Alright, that's what it looks like. And I'm going to add 1 more rubber band so that it's super duper stable. Perfect. So I've got this paintbrush and I've got this paintbrush. And don't think that you have to use these 2 things to make your paintbrush. You can use whatever you find in your backyard. It is totally up to you. So now you have your paint and you have your paintbrushes, and the final step is to paint a really cool picture. So I think I'm going to paint a tree for you guys. And I'm going to start out by using my manzanita leaf paintbrush and make the tree trunk. Alright, so there's my tree trunk, and then I'm going to try out my pine needles here to make the tree branches. Alright, so here's my tree made with my very own soil paint. So I showed you how to make paint with the soil from underneath the tree in my backyard. After the video, I went ahead and made paint with the sandy area soil in my front yard, and I painted another tree. This is what it looks like. And to compare the 2, so I would say that the the sandy area soil paint is definitely a little bit lighter colored than the paint from beneath the tree. So that's what I came up with as a comparison between my two paints, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with as well.